Hey everybody, welcome back to Ginger Acres. It's about noon, it's almost noon on Friday, so the fourth day after we cut. But remember that first day when I cut on Tuesday, I cut later in the day, and then we did get rain Tuesday night into Wednesday morning. But the hay's looking really dry. I just tedded it one last time. I'm gonna hop on the old Alice B. I don't even know if you can see it over there, it's in the shade. Hooked up to the hay rake. I'm gonna rake this field up here, and then I'm gonna go down and do the field where the house is gonna be. They're both looking pretty good. This doesn't look bad for first cutting. The other field down there, that stuff is really green and really fluffy. It's gonna make some nice hay. But I'll rake these up, let them sit for an hour and a half, let that underside get perfectly dry, and then we'll bale it up. This field here, actually all the fields, my technique kind of for raking is I'll make one pass around the outside and rake it up, and then I just go one direction, just back and forth. And I try to rake two together, but I rake two passes of the rake together into one windrow, but I try to rake it from either side, if that makes sense. I don't want to roll the hay twice. Instead, like I said, just rake it from either side and get one windrow that way. That way it makes for a nice big fluffy windrow. It feeds better into the baler, and it's just quicker, more efficient. I don't have to go up and down the field every single time just for one rake's width. So I don't have really any method for doing that. Like I said, with everything in hay, I try to do it as efficiently as possible. So I'll go up, and then maybe I'll go to that side, and then I'll come over here and then go up, and then when I come back I'll rake back into the first one. So I just kind of like skip around a little bit, like I said, just trying to rake hay, fresh hay, on every single pass. So I'll try to get a little bit of the raking. I'm gonna do raking and baling in this video. It's kind of hectic on day 3, trying to ted it out once, rake it up, and get it baled. Since the last video that I did hay in, I did look at the baler, and I think I figured out why it was missing some of the knots. One of the twine discs that actually holds the twine in there while the knot is being made, they were out of sync, so I just had to move those over a little bit, and then I bought new twine too. I got sisal twine, 7,200 feet per roll, so it's a little bit thicker twine. Hopefully should make nice knots today. We won't have any issues. So like I said, I'm going to get started raking. I'll get as much good footage as I can, and then we'll bale it up later this afternoon. so for the most part, raking the way that I do leaves really nice windrows. And you can kind of look up through here and see each windrow. The only thing is, on each end that I'm raking, it leaves kind of a mess. So what I usually do towards the end is I'll just take one pass straight down here. I'll go up the other side and then take one pass along that top side too, and just kind of push this stuff so it's in a line here. And then the first thing I do when I come up with the baler is I'll go to the top of the field and I'll run straight across and I'll get that line, and then I'll come down here and I'll run straight across and I'll get this line. That way it's all cleaned up. This is the wettest hay anyway, so I like to test that, see what it's at. That way I can keep those bales off to the side if need be. And then I just run back up and forth through here and pick up everything else, starting with what's in the shade first and then ending, in this case, on that side of the field where everything stays in the sun till pretty late in the day. So I'm gonna go down, rake the house field. I don't think I'm gonna take any footage of that, and we'll be back in a little bit with the baler. So we just started baling. I baled the stuff down in the house field first. Only got 14 bales out of it, but it's really nice stuff. The moisture in all of them is between about 11 and 15%. We're loading them up on the trailer right away. This is it. It's really green, really soft, really nice second cutting hay. Like I said, we only got 14 bales out, but the moisture was really good. So we're gonna go along this field here, and we're gonna do this first windrow here, and then around the outside, and then we'll pick up that second windrow and then that third windrow over to make sure we get everything that's shaded in now picked up off the ground. I don't think it'll be too wet, but we'll pick them up right away and put them on the trailer. That way we make sure they're not sitting on the ground if it is getting just a little bit damp at all with the sun not beating on it. So I'll get you a couple good shots, as many as I can, of baling, and then I'll let you know the bale count at the end. So it's actually the day after I baled now, and the GoPro's dead, but I just wanted to just give you a quick shot of the hay that we got. It's all loaded up on the trailer. I parked it in the building last night. Of course, we didn't get any rain. It's another beautiful day today, which is helpful because I'm going to deliver this to one of my customers today. But there you go. There's the trailer all loaded up. There's a few bales in the back of the truck too, just because I wanted to just be able to do the single row up there that you see on top. Might be able to get a little bit better of a view from back here. So there's just the single row up top. There is a bale right there, and there's a bale next to it. Those have to come off and go in the back of the truck yet before I strap it all down. But all in all, I got 95 bales, which isn't too bad for that cutting of hay. I did want to take you up here and show you the baler quick. So I did 3 things, hoping that it would help the nodder situation, and one of them did. I think it was actually the twine discs, which I'll show you here in a second. But I pressure washed the entire baler, especially the nodders. There was a lot of grease built up and stuff on there. I try to blow it off every time when I finish baling, and then clean it at the end of each year, but I didn't clean it after last year. So pressure washed it. I got the new twine, and I adjusted the twine discs. So I don't know if you can see in here, these are the twine discs, and that's what actually holds the twine there. This is the one that I had to adjust here, and as you can see, it could probably be adjusted a little bit more now as well. So I don't know if something in there is worn or just a little out of whack, but I'll have to look into that a little bit more. But if I do start missing bales, I kind of know where to look. So I did that. Like I said, I pressure washed, so that's the nodder setup. Obviously, each of these, there's 2 of them here. There's one for each side of string that comes out. And then if I take you over here, I bought a couple of new balls of twine. So brand new balls of twine, I've got those in there. So one of those 3 things helped. I didn't miss a single bale. So it was really nice baling yesterday. It ended up working out really good. My dad helped me out. He was driving the truck around, and I'd stop every 3 or 4 rows to pick everything up because the ground still was a little bit wet. Kind of later in the day, the bales start to pick up that moisture a little bit and hold on to them. So I don't like to let them sit on the ground for very long. But we got everything done. Like I said, the baler worked great. Everything else worked really well. I'm really happy with the new tedder. You saw that in the last video. But I want to thank you for watching this time, and we'll see you again on the next one.